Namaste student Khosrow Bhatia and JVN Dr. Meenakshi Maheshwari, Assistant Professor in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. In today's session, we are going about discuss the business organization. In this subject, our topic is role of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry in promotion of international trade. So let's start of it. International trade or domestic trade, as it is known as one of the most important aspects of country's economy. A healthy trade sector indicates a healthy economy. So it is only obvious that the government focus their attention to promote and potential international trade, and the Indian Chamber of Commerce does just that. Let us take a quote. Indian Chamber of Commerce. The Government of India has a Ministry of Commerce and Industry and a Ministry of Finance to look after the well-being of its trade sector. But to lend a helping hand, there are Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry that have been set up. These are generally voluntary and non-for-profit association and chambers that work with the government to strengthen internal trade in our country. One such famous and esteemed Indian Chamber of Commerce is the Federal of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, FICCI, set up back in 1927. It is the oldest business organization in the country. It is not a for-profit organization and not a government association. It provides a network for discussion and is a meeting place for stable of the industry and people making the policies. FICCI also articulate and forward problem that the industry may be facing. Another important one of the many Indian Chambers of Commerce in the industry in Associate Chamber of Commerce Industry of India, Associate. Since it established in 1920, it has been represent the interest of the commerce and the internal trade industry of India. It provide a platform for policy discussion and formulating plans for the safety and the growth of the industry. ASSOCHAM also represent the interest of professional involved with trade and industry such as chartered accountant, lawyer, consultant, etc. FICCI role of Indian Chamber. The various Indian Chamber of Commerce are crucial in the growth and sustainment of the international trade industry. They cooperate with the central state government and other government agency to remove some of barriers to trade. They even assist in the policy making to ensure that all interests are looked after. Let us see a few of the very important functions these Indian Chamber Commerce has carried out. International trade and wholesale trade. International trade and wholesale trade. Did you know India has the highest density retail store in the world? Due to our immense population, internal trade in India is actually quite robust. Retailer, wholesaler and other such middlemen are the lifeline of India's trade sector. Let us learn about internal trade and importance of wholesale trade. Internal trade. Internal trade is also known as domestic trade, and as such the name suggests, it is trade of domestic goods within the confines of the geographical boundaries of a nation. So the buying and selling of either goods or services done within a country is the internal trade. In such case of internal trade, there is no lying of import export taxes or customs duty. Only local government taxes will apply. These goods these are goods domestically produced for domestic consumption only. Now, there are two broad categories of international trade, namely wholesale trade and retail trade. Here we will be focusing on increasing wholesale trade. Wholesale trade is one of the main categories of domestic trade. In the form of trade, goods are generally bought in bulk quantities from the manufacturer. These goods are then warehoused or finally sold to retailers, middlemen, merchant, etc. The goods in wholesale trade are not sold to the final consumer directly. So all the customers of a wholesaler or commercial user or other intermediaries, not the ultimate customer. Wholesalers are an important link in the trade cycle of a country. They help link the manufacturer with the retailer. Since wholesalers deal on the pre-consumer level, they do not have to offer large varieties. They generally trade in only one type or one category of goods, but they order in bulk and warehouse these products. So the manufacturer does not have to worry about storage, and the retailer can buy according to his needs. In return for this, the wholesaler will enjoy the economy of sales. Retail trade. Retail trade, all goods go through a distribution channel to make the journey from the manufacturer to the final consumer. One important cog in this machinery is the retail trade, the final step of distribution channel. Let us see the role of retailer and retail trade in our economy. Retail trade. Retail trade is the business activities associated with the sale of goods to the final consumer, the ultimate customer. It is the link between wholesaler and or manufacturer and the customer of the product. Typically, retailers sell goods in small quantities to consumers for personal use, not for resale or business use. Retail is the final step of the distribution channel. The retailer will buy the goods from the wholesaler or sometimes directly from the produce in bulk, large quantity at a discounted price, and then it sells the goods to the final consumer of the goods in small units or quantity at retailer price, enjoying the benefits in the processing. Retail trade can take a lot of forms. It is not necessary that the goods are sold from a store. Retail trade can even happen over the phone, via post or mail service, door-to-door selling, etc. So the place of sale can also differ greatly. For example, a store, a supermarket, the customer's house itself, or even a vending machine. But one thing which remains common in all the above cases is that the buyer of the goods is final consumer. As far as it true, it will a retail trade. Service of retailers. Retailers are important link between manufacturer and customers. They are the final point of sales and are invaluable to the entire distribution channel. They in fact provide service to both the wholesaler and the consumer. Service to wholesaler or manufacturer. Final link in the distribution of goods. This is the function of place utility. Wholesaler or manufacturer cannot cover a wide geographical area and markets to sell the goods to the final consumer. It falls upon the retailer to create place utility and ensure that the goods are distributed through a wide market. Reach all consumer. Retailer are the link between the wholesaler and the final consumer. Next is personalized selling efforts. There are certain goods that require Personal selling, these are non-standardized goods that cannot just be picked off the shelves, but the manufacturer is not there to sell the product. That responsibility falls on the retailer. They use personal selling technique to realize the sale. Take for example, selling shoes, which always require a personal touch from the retailer. Next is permit economic of scale. Manufacturer can produce goods in bulk and wholesaler can buy goods in bulk. Because retailer perform the function of breaking up the bulk. Although the buy in bulk themselves, they sell in smaller units. This allows the product producers and even the wholesaler to enjoy the economy of scale. Next is source of market information. Retailers are the only one in direct contact with the final consumers on a daily basis. They are in a unique position to provide the manufacturer with an valuable feedback they have collected from the consumer. If a consumer has complaint or platform, the retailer is the first person he contacts. Such information is invaluable to the manufacturer in their quest to improve their product. Advertising and promotions. Retailer will help manufacturer and wholesaler with their promotion and advertising. Retailer will frequently take part in promotional activities, put up advertisement of the product inside their shops, run offers, discount, etc. Service to consumer. Convenience. Retailer will overcome the barriers of place and allow the consumer to buy all their product from the local market near their house. Consumer also do not have to worry about sourcing the product. They require because the retailer perform this function for them. So if a consumer in Chennai want to buy a good manufacturer in Mumbai, he or she only need to visit their local retail store. Assured availability. A consumer also does not have to bother with buying the goods in bulk. They can buy them in individual needs as and when required. The retail store will make certain that the product is available when the need for it arises. There is no worry about storage and warehousing as such for the consumer. Variety. Another important service retailer provide to consumer is that they provide them with a lot of option. A variety offered enables to the consumer to make the best decision for themselves after having reviewed all the options. After sale service, certain product at times require some installation, demonstration or any such after sale service. It usually falls upon the retailer to provide such services to the consumer. Credit facility. A retailer at time will offer the consumer a financing option, a credit facility to make the payment in monthly installment or simply defer the payment to another date. This allows the consumer to buy the product they need have if they do not currently have the entire finance for it. In this session, important question asked in the examination. Describe Chamber of Commerce and Industry in India, FICCI, CII, ASSOCHAM and AIMO. Thank you. This session is powered by Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any queries, we will discuss in the problem solving. Thank you.